Welcome to Arcade Audio.
Welcome to Dilettante Ball. I'm Johnny.
I'm Spencer.
Here on Dilettante Ball, we go on Wikipedia.
We click random article.
And we talk about it.
We do that. But you know what else we do?
We just hang out.
We just hang out. We chit chat.
Oh, real quick,
Yeah.
I have a little plug.
Oh.
It's you know what was weird in Japan? They use the same plugs as us, but
Like electrical outlets?
yeah, but none of them had like the ground. You know, that third one, and you know, sometimes lamps and stuff won't have the thing.
Yeah.
But the wall, the outlet in the wall, only had the two in everything, which feels bad.
It feels to me like they don't have the same outlets then. because the third one is ground, which you need to be safe.
I mean, I was able to plug in my phone chargers and shit.
Sure.
Which is all that really mattered.
Yeah, and nothing burnt out or anything.
No.
Those socks you gave me, those Dragon Ball socks, which are very, very thoughtful and very nice of you. They don't fit. I have
these Pokemon socks fit me. Do you have bigger feet?
I
than
might
me?
just have bigger feet than you.
It's funny that you say that. I'm wearing the Pokemon socks right now.
What triggered my memory, Johnny? You know what else is?
Can I do my plug?
Oh, you haven't done it yet.
Today, I will be appearing on fellow Arcade Audio podcast Humanoid Resources. So as soon as you're done listening to this, turn that dial over to
awesome.
It was very fun. I won't reveal anything other than I played a character that I think I was truly born to play.
A rapscallion. You said Humanoid Resources?
Yes.
Also on the Arcade Audio Network? Mm-hmm. That's nice. Johnny, you know what else is nice? 5-star reviews from our lovely fans. And I have one here for you.
Okay.
The title of this review is Montpellier. And it's by lovely Rita.
Meter maid?
Nothing can come between us. Is that the next line? Think about that while I read this. These two guys hardly ever know what they're talking about.
Very true.
Parentheses, Johnny, the capital of Vermont is pronounced Montpelier.
How did I say it?
I'm sure we've both have been saying Montpellier.
Montpellier?
But I don't know if
Montpelier.
That's how they want us to say it. But they don't let that stop them from rambling on about anything other than the random article they clicked on this week.
To be fair, it's very hard for me to pronounce French words with anything but a perfect French accent.
You've always said that. That's from day one you've said that. It feels to me like listening to my old college pals riff about whatever comes to mind. Always enjoyable and comfy, occasionally hilarious. Thanks, guys. I know that people don't want me putting the emphasis on the word occasionally when they describe us as funny, but that's how we read it.
Yeah. Emphasis ours, but intention yours.
Yes, certainly.
That's a very nice review.
It was very nice, except for the end.
And how do you say Montpellier?
Montpelier.
Montpelier. I bet you live in Vermont, but I still think you're wrong. Quite honestly, because I learned that in like second grade.
Right.
My second grade teacher didn't fucking know.
Oh,
you know?
No, mine too. That's.
I mean,
I've never had a good teacher. No, there's no such thing as a good teacher,
especially not in Florida.
Oh yeah, and I was joking, but also that is kind of true in Florida.
I mean, when you're a teacher in Florida,
it's not even your fault.
Literally, anyone can be a teacher in Florida.
Yeah, I could be a teacher.
Like anyone.
Yeah, Florida's not doing so hot.
Never has been, never will be. Anyway,
amen.
Thank you for the review, lovely Rita. it like you was lovely.
You know that song was about the car crash that killed John or killed Paul.
Is that true? I mean,
it's one of the songs. We all know that Paul McCartney died.
Yes,
and he died in a car crash, and this song is part of that legend.
Oh, what do you know? Any of the specifics?
It's one of the lines in like the second or third verse.
Okay, well, let's just sing all the way through it. Lovely Rita, meter maid, nothing can come between us. When it gets dark, you tow my heart away. Standing by a parking meter when I caught a glimpse of Rita, filling in a ticket in a little white book. In her hat, she looked much older, and the badge across her shoulder made her look a little like a military man. Wah, 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 wah. Lovely Rita, meter maid.
We can't. Whatever. We'll figure it out later.
I nearly made it.
Yeah, so he nearly made it. But, yeah. And there's like one or two other lines, but yeah.
Okay, I buy it. You want to get an article?
Yeah, let's just actually eschew the article this week and just talk about the Paul is dead.
Dude, I could.
I know.
I
went real into it like one entire day when I was like in 7th grade
that's
over
the
summer.
Perfect time.
Yeah.
My favorite is at the end of All You Need Is Love, I think.
I buried Paul.
But they're clearly saying
cranberry sauce. Yeah, all right, Ringo. That was the explanation. I was like, well, if you knew Ringo, you know he had a weird sense of humor, so he would just say random shit like that.
You know, I think it was Peter from Humanoid Resources, we were talking about Ringo's son. And if you look at a picture of the two of them together, Ringo's son looks like he's about 40 years older than Ringo. It's crazy. I'll show you a picture when we're done. It's like what happened? Anyway, I've got an article.
All right.
Battle of Loznica.
Okay.
1941. So don't get it mixed up with any of those other battles.
I was already yeah. Okay, never mind.
The Battle of Loznica involved an attack on the German garrison of that town by the Jadar Chetnik detachment on 31 August 1941, following the World War II German-led Axis invasion of Yugoslavia in April 1941. The Kingdom of Yugoslavia was partitioned. At the time, Loznica was part of the German-occupied territory of Serbia, which includes Serbia proper, with the addition of the northern part of Kosovo, around Kosovo, Mitrovica, and the Banat. I did not learn any of this part of World War II.
Well, no, because, I mean, we didn't even get attacked until, what, December 41? Is that even right? Pretty sure it's right. And then D-Day...
I always say I'm never going to forget. But doggone it.
Yeah. And then D-Day didn't even happen until 44.
Right.
So it's like, well, who even cares until D-Day?
But I mean, the only parties involved that I learned about were Germany, Japan, U.S., England, France. That's it.
France. Sorry, dog, you missed one big one.
What?
First of all, France did nothing except just sit there.
Well, right.
You know what I'm saying. They did shit, but whatever.
Well, but
you're missing...
D-Day was in France.
Yeah, whatever. I'm talking about USSR, my man.
Yeah, I mostly didn't learn about USSR's involvement.
Yeah, what if I'm going to blow your mind right now. What if I told you that the USSR basically won the war? Yeah, you wouldn't even know, right? Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
I trust you. I don't know why, but I trust you.
I've put a fair amount of research into World War II.
Okay.
I've seen Band of Brothers.
I've heard the song Back in the USSR.
Oh, then you know about as much as I do. Yeah. No, basically, like, Hitler split his forces, and, you know, it was the Western Front and the Eastern Front, or whatever.
All was quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah, exactly, right. That's World War I, by the way.
Okay, well.
And basically just sent a bunch of dudes into the USSR, like, during the winter, and they all
died because it was too fucking cold, right?
Yes, I mean, essentially, yeah. I mean, not exactly that, but that didn't help. But they basically tried to, like, siege, like, Stalingrad or Leningrad, like, one of the capital city.
One of the grads.
One of the grads, yeah. Anyway, the long story short is Germany and Russia both lost like tens of millions of like people, and it's like they throw enough people at a problem and eventually it gets solved, which is what they did.
I only vaguely know that I mean obviously I know that the USSR was involved, but right. I only vaguely know
the extent of their right. Yeah, because we didn't learn that in school because it's because we rule, America rules, and
the thing that I know most about the USSR is like post World War II and like dividing up
where they became our bad guys again.
Yeah, and like dividing up Germany, and
sure
we got some, they got some,
right.
So were they like a third party?
The USSR? Mm-hmm. They were originally allied with Germany and Russia, or Germany and Japan, but then Hitler like double crossed them basically. And so they were like, oh, that's how you're going to play it, huh? All right, well, guess what? Now we're with America. So Germany kind of fucked up.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's weird that Japan was part of the Axis because they're so far away from everything.
Yeah, I learned something about that. It's so convoluted. It has something to do with like England.
Hey! Like there's just shouting across all of Europe and Asia like, yo!
Yeah, like trying to I think maybe it has something to do with England. Like England didn't like Japan didn't like England or something.
I mean, probably.
I don't know. There's something convoluted there with like going back to like feudal era.
I mean, I'm sure England set up some fucking colony there, and
yeah, something like that. I don't remember anymore. Like England like forced like Japan was like closed. Basically, Japan did what we did with the Monroe Doctrine, where it was like, hey, don't talk to us, and we won't talk to you. Like just leave us alone. Japan did something like that for a while, and maybe England like forced their way in. England was like, hey, we're actually going to bomb the shit out of you. This is like in the 1800s. If you don't let us in. And they're like, okay, fine. Like that might have something to do with it, but
Sure.
I'm throwing a lot of like half-baked history lessons at you that I don't even fully remember.
That's fine, because I'm not going to remember them. The minute I turn this microphone off, I will forget everything you've told me, just like I do every week.
That's pretty fair, I think. That keeps our conversations fresh.
Our one conversation that we have over and over. Yeah, I
mean, certainly I don't know any like you, I knew those 6 players, and beyond that, I don't know anything.
Mm-hmm. What do you know about World War One? I know essentially nothing except for Franz Ferdinand and Trenchfoot.
Yeah,
and that's like it.
Yeah, that a lot of chemical warfare.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Like a lot of World War One was just sitting in trenches across from each other, and putting your mask on when they mustard gassed you, and then vice versa.
Man, that's so fucking whack.
Yeah, it's pretty super duper whack. Yeah. That's basically it. Was you? That's what you were just sitting in a trench, and hey, this sucks, and then we're done. I don't even know why it ended or how it ended. I know we were only in the war for like 2 years. We entered in 1917, and it was done in 1918.
I'm sensing a bit of a pattern.
Yeah,
with us.
We rule. Well, the only reason we even entered the war.
I mean, someone probably was like, "Hey, fuck your mother, America," and then we were like, "What'd you say about my mother?" And, I mean, I assume it's something like that.
Because Germany torpedoed a cruise ship.
A cruise ship?
The Lusitania. You forgot about Lusitania too, huh? The Alamo, the Lusitania, and Pearl Harbor, those are all the same sorts of shit. Like,
never forget.
Don't forget, and this is why we're entering the war.
You remember the Alamo.
But you never forget the Lusitania.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I know about the Alamo is that it does not have a basement.
I know that too, and I don't know why that is.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with that.
Have you seen that movie recently?
I've never seen it.
It is very good, and it very much holds up. Like, I was so tickled by how well it holds up.
Is the whole plot that someone steals his bike?
Someone steals his bike, and he's just trying to get it back.
Okay.
So the reason he goes to the Alamo is he visits a fortune teller who is obviously a fraud and is like...
Obviously.
Well, because fortune telling is not real in our world.
You just make some enemies.
And the Pee-wee's... Pee-weeverse.
Oh, sure.
So she says that his bike is in the basement of the Alamo. So he travels to Texas.
Oh, wow.
And goes on a tour of the Alamo. And he's like, okay, when are we going to get to the basement? What are we going to do? He's like so excited to get to the basement. And the tour ends, and they don't go to the basement. And she's like, okay, anybody have any questions? And he's like, yeah, when are we going to go to the...
Excuse me.
when are we going to go to the basement? And she's like, oh, there's no basement at the Alamo. And then everyone else on the tour just starts like laughing at him. It's so... It holds up so well. And then Netflix just made recently Pee-wee's Big Holiday, I think.
Really?
Like within the last 2 years.
Like it's a new Pee-wee thing?
It was very good. I mean, if you like Pee-wee's Big Adventure, you will like this movie. It was very good.
I love like Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Man, I know we've talked about it before, but the opening to the Pee-wee's Playhouse Christmas special is the most... It's like a 1986 fever dream. It's buck wild.
Just a long list of people who are in it.
Yes. Yeah. You should watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It's really fun. I would like it. You would love it. And like Tim Burton, I believe, directed it.
He did, yeah. Hey, I mean, why can't he just like jerk off? You know, like,
Tim Burton. Oh,
him, Him too.
Every Tim Burton movie is him just jerking off.
Damn, dude, you just stuck it to him on that one.
I know.
That was good shit.
Yeah, I mean, it would be one thing if he was jerking off in a theater that was showing Space Chimps and there were a bunch of kids around or something.
Sure.
But he's in a fucking porn theater. Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
When did it happen? Was it during that whole like Tipper Gore bullshit?
I have no idea, honestly.
It probably was, right? Like, if you would have just waited until like the WWF got really big and everyone was like flicking their teachers off and like crotch chopping their principal and shit, you know what I mean? Fine. It would have flew right under the radar.
Is there a reason that we're unaware of where like an adult man should not masturbate in a porn theater?
What's the question?
Like, is there some reason why he should not have that? Well,
because he's exposing himself in public. I mean,
he had to pay to get in. I don't think that's public.
Well, in a privately owned establishment, I suppose.
Sure.
I mean, I'm with you. I mean, it's a porno theater. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like,
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, thank you very much. Like, yeah.
What a good film.
Tip the ticket giver. Like, thank you, my good man.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
It's a strange kind of thing, huh? What was the original deal with that?
with a porn theater?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know.
It's so strange.
I mean, it was a different time.
It has to be pretty old, right? Maybe that's
I
what
mean,
it
it was
was.
in,
Maybe
like,
it's
the
just a
90s.
holdover. But maybe it was like a holdover from like the 20s.
Oh, okay.
You know, before like we had VCRs.
I could see that. And you just have to go to like
Hey, I want to see smut, so I got to go to this.
you have to go to a little machine and like crank the handle to watch.
Right.
like,
a horse,
flappers.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was gonna say a horse run, just so everyone's cool.
I knew what you were gonna say. Because you got to see if all four of his feet touch the ground.
You
at the same time.
gotta, yeah. That's the only thing that gets you off anymore.
Anyway, watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure. You know, maybe I'll watch it tonight actually when you leave. But not Pee-wee's Big Adventure, but I have been wanting to rewatch Nightmare Before Christmas to see if it holds up.
I just re-added it to my Netflix queue.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah, it is. So there you go.
That makes it real easy.
Yeah, because I'm trying to watch one horror movie a day for October.
Okay.
I watched Coraline yesterday.
Coraline was very fun, if I remember correctly.
Not so much of a horror movie, but it had
It's
some
spooky.
scary,
It's spooky-ooky.
scary
That's
moments.
fine. I remember enjoying it.
It was good. It was fun. A lot of good voices in there.
Mm-hmm.
And the day before that, I watched Hush, which is a movie about this woman who lives in the middle of the woods, and she's deaf, and someone is attacking her, and that's the whole movie, and it's very spooky.
I don't think Pee-wee's Big Adventure qualifies as there's nothing really spooky. There's one spooky scene with Large Marge. You should watch. It's so good. And really, it's not there. The plot is so.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's
irrelevant.
it's like vignettes of Pee-wee just being weird and not
Right.
understanding the way the world works.
It sort of reminds me of like a Marx Brothers movie where it's like, yeah, I guess there's a plot, but really they're just doing their shtick.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
So you're saying Pee-wee is the modern day Groucho Marx?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I am. Should I watch Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I know what you mean. There's like that stigma that you and I have of like, wow, I mean...
I could totally see it being very not good.
I'm the other way around. I assume, I'm so down on it that it's probably a fantastic movie.
You know, I was talking to some people last night about it's like a similar thing, and they were talking about Invader Zim, which I never could get into. Where you were into?
They're in
I
the
bet.
same sort of camp.
Yes, and then we were also talking about Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
I wasn't even going to bring it up, but certainly,
Which
I was a very big fan of. It still am.
Well, and that's what they were saying too. They were like, "Oh, I love it. It's so funny. You should like read it again." And I feel like, should I read it again?
I mean,
I didn't like it when I ought to have liked it.
Right. Well, maybe you're smarter now, and you'll get it for the satire it is. I don't even know if it is or not.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Everything's so hard.
Anyway, watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That's the takeaway from this episode. That's all I got.
I mean, I mean,
You've seen the Big Shoe Dance, right?
the what?
The Big Shoe Dance?
No.
Is this a bit? Are you doing this to like
No.
make a good out for this episode?
I don't know what the Big Shoe Dance is. Is this from Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
Yes. This is like
How would I know it? I've never seen it.
this is like just such a part of the fabric of American pop culture, and I'm not being sarcastic. I mean,
I hope what you're saying is true, because right now I would love for me to not know such a huge part of like.
he goes into a biker bar. I'm gonna play it when we're done. It's so good. He goes into a biker bar, and everyone's getting ready to like kick his ass.
Sure, because he's a little dweeb.
Yeah, and he like, I don't remember how it happens, but he winds up like taking the bartender's shoes, which are like very big and like silly, and he puts the song Tequila on the jukebox, and he gets up on a table and just does this like dumb dance, and that's it.
Like wearing the
Wearing the big shoes.
I have no idea what you're talking
I
about.
cannot believe this.
I don't think that's a thing.
I am telling you, the tweets are gonna come in. If you know and love and live the Big Shoe Dance, tweet us at Dilettanteball, DILETTANTEBALL, hashtag tequila.
Tequila Mockingbird.
No. Smell you later.
How many fucking reviews do we have?
400, I think.
We might have like another fucking 4.
Whoa.
That can't be right though.
Feels right to me. We're pretty good.
Thank you for playing Arcade Audio. Play more at arcadeaudio.net.